If you were trying to convince a friend to take a class with Dr. Powell, what would you say?
I would tell them that coming out of the class, regardless if you're a marketing major or not, you will learn something that you'll be able to use later in life.
He always calls himself the college dad. He is just so easy to learn from, and every class I was excited to go to the class.
You're going to learn so many skills for life. You're going to learn marketing really, really well, but you're also going to grow as a person.
He definitely is a harder professor. I just tell them the stories of the impact he's made on me, both professionally and just personally as a mentor.
I always wanted to be there, and I think I speak for all of his other students in saying that is a very normal feeling to feel whenever you're taking a class from Powell.
And now for something decidedly non-academic. Class of 2025, woohoo, I'm going with you. And one lady asked me once, like, what do you teach? And I said, marketing. And she's like, I thought you were a Christian. I'm like, I thought I was too. What do you know that I don't know? And she's like, we can't be a marketing or a Christian. I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I can. I don't know if you've heard the saying, if you see a turtle on a fence post, it didn't get there by itself. And I feel like, God put me here, and it wasn't like I climbed up this thing. It's like the person that hired me, Dr. Anderson. It's weird how I even got to talk to him, and then I sat in his office, and it was in the summer, and there was a wasp on me, and I flicked it and went right on him, which is really not a good thing to do in an interview. We just kind of hit it off, and he said, you know what, I knew you didn't have much experience, but I saw potential in you. And I'm like, thanks for giving me a chance. It turns out that God just opened all the doors to put me where I am. I was in the process of buying my own company. I was working for a furniture company. I got asked to teach out of the blue. I taught an evening class at Butler County Community College. At the end of the semester, I'm like, wow, that was really kind of fun. So I went to the president at that time. He said, if you want to teach again, why don't you go to Grove City and see if they're hiring? And I was dating a Grove City student, so I knew about it from her. So I literally walked in cold off the street, and long story short, I got hired as assistant dean, and I tore up my contract to own the furniture company and tried not to be fired. So for 14 years, I was assistant to 4 different presidents, and I was the marketing director. And so I always say that I kind of took a 14-year detour in administration to get to where I wanted to be, which was teaching. Cannonball or something. What are you thinking about the appearance of the tofurkey?
Dr. Powell is the most fun professor.
Came into his class one day, I was like, who is this little gangly guy here? He's super goofy.
I just like to laugh. I always found that I learned more when something with just a little bit of humor to lighten something up. It just makes learning easier. I've never looked at I'm just up here and you're down here. I always just say this, let's just turn it this way. We're all on the road to learning. I'm still learning. I'll never know all there is to know about marketing. But I'm further down the road than you are because I'm an old guy.
I think that Dr. Powell has challenged me to question the status quo of how people operate in the world.
When you go into a marketing class, you're not really expecting to learn about how to be a good Christian and why God puts you where He puts you.
If I'm able to help them or encourage them a little bit in their journey, intellectually and spiritually, that's what I really want to do. I like to say I'm a college dad, and I like to be kind of a cheerleader. You guys can do this. I've spent 4 years with these kids, and I know them, and I've watched them really mature, and when you leave, it's like, this is kind of sad.
Even though he's teaching the content of marketing, the concepts are very applicable to life in general.
Whenever you walk into his class, it's always going to be something new, and when you walk out, you'll both be better for it and have a much better knowledge of whatever he wants to convey to you.
Marketing is truly life. Teaching people what marketing is, and that at its heart, it's service. It's not trying to trick people or force people into buying things. It's trying to figure out what do they need and how can I help them.
Lose your focus, lose your shirt.
Lose your focus, lose your shirt.
Lose your focus, lose your shirt.
That's the mantra that I have students at homecoming that will come up to me from like the early 90s like, I still got my shirt.
Lose your focus, lose your shirt is so good to apply to not only marketing and business, to like life too.
If your focus is not on the right thing, everything else around it kind of starts to fall apart.
I always go back to that, I'll never lose my shirt.
The people that do one thing excellent, it's hard enough to do one thing excellently, but if you try to do a multiplicity of things excellently, you're usually not going to. And I still have my shirt after all these years. Being named Professor of the Year was just crazy to me because I'm like, how did I get here? Again, turtle, fence post, God put me there, and my wife helped me, and all the people. But it was almost 26 years to the day that I walked in as this punky little dude that knew nothing until I had my name on the rock. And instead of going to my head, it was so humbling. And I'm like, God, you were so good to take someone who knew nothing and helped me achieve something, hopefully for you. I love my students. I hope they know that I love my subject and that I really care about them. 3, 2, 1.
I think he was in the middle of a sentence, and his wife starts walking in from the other side of the room. He stops talking and practically hops and runs over to her and says, "Ooh, look, my girlfriend."
I can't remember the last day he's not mentioned her in a class period.
It's not fake. I mean, my students know. I adore my wife. She is my best friend. We do everything together. We're a team.
Him and his wife did a lecture together. It really exemplified how to be in a loving relationship as a Christian.
It's really possible to have a great marriage and have your spouse be your best friend.
And so learning to follow Jesus better, rolling up my sleeves. I want to love him with my mind, not just my heart. And he has a plan for us. As I said, I would have never guessed that I would be a professor.
What he's talked about and the examples he's given truly reflects a relationship grounded in God.
To be able to hopefully come alongside them and pray with them and encourage them, I mean, that's the most rewarding part of my job. I get paid to teach marketing, but my real job, I think, is to hopefully be Christ. I'm far from perfect, but the more that I am able to be like him, that's what I'm really called to do.
I hope he continues to mentor the younger generations. He has put so much work into pouring into us. He will be very missed.
I would just want to say thank you to him for being so intentional and for just so obviously pouring out to his students.
I'd like to say thank you to him for helping me find my love with marketing.
He's the greatest professor we've ever had. If there were more Dr. Powells in the world would be a better place. And I hope he goes on to do great things, and I know he will.
Have fun adventuring. Enjoy your retirement.
Thank you, Dr. Powell. I'm really going to miss you. It's sad to see you go. I'm not sure how things are going to shake out for you in the future, but I know you're going to do great things. Continue to pour into others, as I know you will. Keep being you.
Thank you, Dr. Powell, for what you've taught me on both what it means to love someone properly, seek a new challenge every day, learn something new in every opportunity I'm given, stay fighting and learning.
We've had a wonderful life here, and we have a lot of blessings, and I just want every one of his students to know that he genuinely loves you. And just thank you so much for all of the great times that we've had, and for how much you've honored him and prayed for us. It's just been a great ride.
That's verbatim. All I was going to say, thanks. It's been a great ride. To all the people that helped put this little tortoise on the fence post, thank you.